Hey, everybody, welcome to day 247 of Reseller Reflections, a day in the life of a full time reseller supporting her family. It is Monday, February 10th, 2025. And yeah, we get to start a brand new week. Fresh start. Love it. Okay. We did meet our sales goal today. Yay. All right. I think we just eked in and met it, but we met it. Yes. All right. So that was kind of cool. It didn't start out that way. It was a very bizarre day. It was not much shipping this morning. I had a lot yesterday, but not much shipping this morning. And like halfway through the day, I don't know, the eBay faucet turned on, the Etsy faucet turned on. I don't know, the sales are coming in. It was very strange. And my mail person was actually later for a pickup today, so I don't think they picked up until like 4:30. So they got all of the packages. I shipped this afternoon, and yeah, I'm gonna take it. Had a Facebook Marketplace pickup, which was cool. I sold my daughter's what she called her rat mansion. She had 3 rats at one point, pet rats, and she had this. She would take back and forth to school this collapsible, like 3-story rat mansion, and so she has 1 rat left that is tiny and doesn't need that whole get up. So she let me sell that. So that sold on Facebook Marketplace today. They came to pick it up, and that was good. I like that. And one last thing in the garage to make room for more of the cool stuff I'm bringing in. Okay. And you might have seen my auction haul, which I am working through. So I'm not going to be at the auction for like a month. So I think I have enough stuff to make it through, just because of the timing of it. And I'll talk about what I'm doing this weekend. And, you know, I'll be doing reseller reflections while I'm away. So I'll get to chat a little bit about that, of course. And all right, tonight, what do I want to talk about? I want to talk about looking and looking. You find what you are looking for, that whole concept. We've talked about it before, but tonight is book club night and we're reading The Slight Edge. We do in the first quarter of every year. And this week, the first chapter we're reading is The Secret of Happiness. And I'm reading it, and there was something that there's like these happy habits, like ideas that you can start that are proven to increase happiness and just increase your satisfaction in life. And there was one of these habits that I did for probably close to a year. I guess it was 2 years ago. It was during a pretty rough time in my life. And I did this one. I'm not going to read you all of the happy habits. You have to join the book club or pick up The Slight Edge, read the book, and get the full benefit of that. But I am going to talk about this one because I forgot how powerful it was. Journal for 2 minutes a day about one positive experience you've had over the past 24 hours. So I would write every morning. I'd get my journal. I had it in my nightstand. I'd pull it out. Um, at those days, I had coffee in bed delivered to me. So I was able to just, sit in bed, enjoy my coffee, and I would write down something that I was very grateful for, that had happened over the past, 24 hours. And it sounds kind of cheesy. I thought it was. I definitely thought it was. It wasn't something. I'm not a person that journals or anything like that. So this is like a little out of my comfort zone. But what I found when I did this consistently, and I still have this journal, I still have the same one in my nightstand. I just haven't written in it in probably 2 years. All right, so this is what I found. I would find myself going through the day, like all day, like looking for the positive. Oh, I could write about this tomorrow. Oh, when I wake up, I could write about this. Oh, this amazing thing. Oh, I have to remember this so I could write about it. And I found myself going through the day, just looking for these positive things so I could write it down in my journal. Totally forgot about this. This is why we read the book every year, because there are these amazing things. This absolutely had such an incredible positive experience, like positive effect on my life. I can't wait to do it again because at the point I was doing this and writing down the positives, I remember it was a very rough time in my life. There were a lot of personal things going on. My son had been really sick and was in the hospital. Um, I was in the middle of, a breakup, of moving, of just being like, just a lot of uncertainty. And I remember it really just was so positive. I didn't feel at the time the place I was in was super negative or super bad. And I think this is one of the reasons it didn't feel, because I was constantly looking for the positive. And I'm just excited to do this again, because now I'm in a really good place. And if I'm looking for the positive from a really good place, is it going to be that much more powerful? I don't know, but I'm really excited to find out and start this little happy habit again. And it reminded me of, um, we talked about and Mel Robbins has talked, lots of people have talked about this, your, reticular activating system, which is kind of like a mesh, think of it like as a net over like that's over your brain. It filters a lot of things, right? And they say if you're looking for a new car, right? Or you decide to get a new car, you decide to get that new Ford Bronco, let's say. And you never noticed them on the road before. And now all of a sudden, all you see are Ford Broncos everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Like all of a sudden they're everywhere. Now, they were always there. You just weren't looking for them. It wasn't, your brain wasn't filtering that. So, like, think about that. If you say, look for one of the examples Mel Robbins uses, she looks for hearts every day in different things, like just heart patterns, heart shapes, heart. And that's one of the ways you can train your brain to look for hearts. So you could do the same thing by looking for the positive, because you find what you're looking for. So I'm going to challenge you to go out, try this happy habit, look for the positive, take the journey with me, write it down, see if it has the same effect it had for you. And I'm going to be reporting back in as I do this habit, and I'm accountable for it, just as I do the reset to zero. And I am a reset to zero tonight. And even though I'm going into book club in a little bit, I still reset to zero. And yeah, it's looking pretty good in here. I'm pretty happy. All right. All right, joining me are Jill of Rust Truck Relics, Jason the Sandy Swapper, Judith R, Pam of Whimsy and Such, Becky of Becky Consigns, Lee of Lee Phillips 4191, Vanessa the Diabetic Reseller. All right, guys, great job. And I just have to, this might be its own episode, but I really have to thank all of you. I recorded a couple episodes where I was really just in a funk, is the best way I could say it. And I did record one called The Valley of Despair. That is an outtake from the 12-week year. I don't really feel that I was in a valley of despair. Maybe I sort of was. I kind of was in a valley of despair. It sounds a little more dramatic than it actually was, but but thank you all for reaching out and all the incredible suggestions. And I will get into those, all of the helpful things that people sent to me and suggestions. And it almost like just gets me choked up to think that many people took the time to consider where I was and what my feelings were, and just amazing. All right. So thank you guys. I'm so grateful for you. Night night. I'll see you on day 248.